Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Home run! Here's a shot to the right side. This is shaping up to be a strike left side too. Oh!
Welcome to Ken White Field in North Georgia. I'm Gabriel Shry. Here with me is Lorenzo Robinson. It's college baseball on the Southeast Sports Network as we're about to get started with our second game of the day. Our first game was nearly a school record for Ave Maria for length, and it was by far the longest of the season as they played for almost 5 hours. A 14-inning barn burner. Didn't think we could get any more action than that. It was a great matchup. I have no idea what to expect for this one, but this promises to be a great matchup as well, Lorenzo.
Precisely, and it's going to be a matchup between number 1 and number 2 in our opening round bracket. Reinhardt taking on Loyola. This is the matchup that everybody was looking forward to seeing when the bracket was released. We get a chance to see it for the first time, maybe not the last time, but should be a ton of fun nonetheless.
Here's a look at the top teams in the nation in the final regular season poll. Loyola's Wolfpack are just outside of that top 10, so this promises to be electric. A showdown between the Eagles of Reinhardt University and the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. We're very excited for this and hope you are as well. Before we get started, a quick look at all of the competitors in this year's opening round across the league and the nation. There you can see on screen so many teams punch their ticket. We've also got coverage of the Kingsport bracket, which is underway about 8 hours north of us in Kingsport, Tennessee. That one brought to you by Visit Kingsport. Matt Kibbe and Gary Justice on the call and all of the action there. Reinhardt's softball program punched their ticket to the national tournament as well. The chair has been doing very well, and a pair of upsets over the Madonna Crusaders looking really good. We'll see how that turns out for that program. Almost ready to go here in this one, Lorenzo. So before we get underway, some quick closing thoughts on this matchup.
It's going to be a very intriguing matchup. Obviously, Loyola coming off of a come-from-behind victory over Oakland City. They have a ton of confidence coming off of a conference tournament championship as well. So they have the belief that they can beat teams like Reinhardt. It's on the Eagles to deliver on their home field.
Loyola will get started defending against the Eagles, who are the home team in this one. We'll take a look at the lineups before we get officially underway. Lorenzo, really excited for this one. Loyola will have starting at pitcher Bowen, the lefty. It'll be interesting to see how he performs today. Going to be crucial to their performance. Manson will be at first. We're going to have Burrad at third. Second base is Mooney. Left is Felix. Right, Liggins. In center, Romero. Catching is Lee. DH is Steen. And at shortstop, Harris. Reinhardt's lineup 1 through 9. Phelps, Mantooth, Kroll, Vargas, Boscarino, Dion, Eisman, Chamley, Stevens, and rounding it out is Herbert, who will be on top of the mound, the ace. Warming up is Bowen. We were told a 6:10 start time. It's now a quarter after. That was our original start time, and
man, you know these start times are flexible.
I'm telling you that flexible is a nice way of putting it. We still waiting to get started. We would have waited a little longer. Either way, glad you're along for the ride for what promises to be another instant classic in our coverage from North Georgia in college baseball action, as here is our leadoff hitter between the Eagles and the Wolfpack, Phelps. Welcome inside of Ken White Field. It's college baseball on SESN.
And it's going to be Barat getting the ball for Loyola to start this one. Barat's had an interesting season, to say the least. He's been a little up and down. He's had its moments of greatness. He's had his moments where he wishes that he could have done better. His best moments have come against arguably the best competition that they faced. Having a great game against William Carey in that last game in the conference tournament. A great confidence builder for him, and a lot of confidence he's going to need going up against such a talented Reinhardt lineup.
Delivered with authority, the 1-1 boils to a 1-2. Big cut, this rattles around, and he'll go down swinging, so one away.
And that was a great first AB from Bowen. going up against one of the best leadoff men in the entire country in Robert Phelps, someone that specializes in getting on base. He can do it with power, he can do it with finesse, he can do it in a variety of different ways. This time, unable to do anything in his first at-bat. He's on his way back to the dugout.
Dished with authority, this one outside, ball one.
Jacob Mantooth, the designated hitter, a second-team All-Appalachian Athletic Conference selection. A tremendous addition for this Reinhardt club from Bruton Parker. Hit into the mid-300s for Reinhardt this season and has slid right into that lineup and been a big boon for them.
The 1-1 below the zone becomes ball two with one away.
Of course, the guy he's replacing, who was the normal everyday DH for Reinhardt last season, Dylan Lewis, had one of the very best seasons in Reinhardt history. Mantooth etching his own name in Reinhardt lore with the year that he's had.
Got a hold of it. This one going foul. Blasted. This one back center controlled, and he is back to the dugout.
So a nice start so far for Bowen. Had the strikeout against Robert Phelps, forcing Mantooth to fly out in the center field. Now will come the real test, going up against one of the best pure hitters in the country in Nash Kroll. His first at-bat yesterday, a home run. His 60th of his Reinhardt career. So you know that Kroll is capable of doing damage.
Kroll smacked one yesterday. Beautiful strike at the ball. 1-0. Kroll watches that go by.
The type of years that Kroll had in his previous seasons at Reinhardt, you felt, man, it can't get much better than this. He's improved year after year. Now his batting average over 400, 401 on the year. And sometimes it's rare for a guy who can hit with such power and just take anything out the yard to be able to hit for average like that as well. That makes Kroll such a dangerous threat at the plate.
This rattles off into the backstop. Kroll watches that go by, and it fills the count. 2 away. Nash Kroll taking his cuts. Bowen dealing heat in the top of our first.
But I'd be very surprised if Bowen was to try Kroll down the middle. Likely to try to stay away from him.
Payoff pitch will send Kroll packing and retire the side. Bowen, what a start in North Georgia against the Eagles of Reinhardt University.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
If we were ever going to see a pitcher's duel, it's going to be today. Entering the bottom of the first, it's our first look at the ace of the Reinhardt Eagles and one of the best in America. We've already seen Bowen get us started hot in the top side of this inning. Now we get our first look at Andrew Herbert for Reinhardt. Banger through the infield on cue. Here comes the Wolfpack. He's on board over at 1. Too easy to get to first.
And we didn't even get an opportunity. We didn't even get an opportunity to just laud and applaud what Andrew Herbert's been able to do over the course of his career, because Mooney, the second baseman, was able to rip off a single off the first pitch. How about that for a confidence builder against a guy who many say has a case for being the best pitcher in America?
Bottom of the first, Wolfpack and Eagles. Shows bunt, pulls off.
Now that we do get a second, we will take a little bit of time to talk about Andrew Herbert. And over the course of his career, a 2.59 ERA, 37-6 overall record. But if you zoom in at just what he's done this season in 2025, 1.74 ERA, 12 wins, 0 losses.
Count is 1-1. Delivered. Ball 2. Liggins, the righty, follows Mooney in this lineup. Mooney on first, standing with the first baseman, Nash Kroll.
So much about these games is always trying to build that confidence steadily, especially when you're going up against someone as talented as Andrew Herbert. But Loyola, they're not going to be afraid of him because they've seen great pitching before, and they know that they have talent up and down their lineup. I feel like if they can just thaw at that ice exterior of Herbert, that they can really make life difficult on the Eagles. Mooney had a nice start. We'll see what can happen from there.
Count is even at 2 in the bottom of the first. Herbert delivers from on top of the mound. This rolls through the turf. Payoff pitch, and he'll go down swinging. Herbert punches out his first of the day.
But you know, those are the type of battles that if I'm Coach Kennedy, I will live with that from Miles Liggins. He was able to take Herbert deep into that count, battled and battled, gave himself a chance. Unfortunately for him, coming out on the wrong side of it. But those are the type of ABs that you have to string together against Andrew Herbert and hopefully wear him down as the game goes on. Now at the plate, Garrett Felix, the 5'8" grad student from Scott, Louisiana, formerly of Nicholls State University. Felix, one of those all SSAC team members from Loyola.
1-0. Felix suffers strike one, and it evens our count at 1. Herbert, a little check-in over at first. Kroll and Mooney look comfortable together.
Mooney very athletic, and you know that he's going to be a threat to steal.
Laser down for strike 2.
90 miles an hour straight down Broadway, and really made it look easy. That's not even his top-end speed.
Herbert delivers. This one is caught, driven to center, back after the ball, and he's under it to control it at the fence. Headed back and safely at first is Mooney.
And that was a very well-hit ball by Felix. He was eyeing it down, hoping the wind would carry it. Luckily for the Eagles, Vargas was waiting right along the warning track to retrieve it and secure out number 2.
Now batting number 7, Cole Romero.
Cole Romero, a first-team All-SSAC member. Stepped up and had a nice showing over the course of the year for Loyola, someone that they're going to be looking forward to seeing. Just the talent on both of these squads. I mean, we talk about what Reinhardt has, but Loyola just up and down their lineup, guys who do get their recognition, but even guys who aren't really seen much by the national media. A lot of talent in that Loyola squad. And to some, a surprise that they beat William Carey, but they were definitely good enough to beat them when they did, and they gave them trouble in the regular season as well. So Loyola, definitely a force to be reckoned with here in Waleska.
Not surprised at all to see it. 2 away already. Mooney on board at first. Now the 0-2. Outside. Catches his first ball. Little check-in over at 1. And so he'll walk him, hit by a pitch.
Yeah, he nipped him on the hand right there, maybe caught an index finger.
Now batting number 9, Landon.
Thankfully, looks like he's all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's really one of those judgment calls. I've seen some umpires say, oh, it was kind of low. Not really sure if we're going to give that one to you. You may have hit that off the tip of your bat. But luckily for Loyola, Romero getting that free pass and a runner in scoring position all of a sudden. Manson, the first baseman at the plate. Landon Manson from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, formerly of Nunez Community College. And fouls this one off. Now behind on the count, 0-2. Manson hit for .349 this season across 166 plate appearances 41 RBIs, 58 total hits on the year. And it just underscore how talented this Loyola lineup is. Manson, 349 batting average, good enough for 4th in their lineup. Just so many different guys that can make an impact. It's truly going to be strength against strength here today. Andrew Herbert dealing. This one ripped by Manson. Retrieved by Phelps. The throw is in time for out number 3 to retire the side. And you can tell the filling out process is occurring. Both teams scoreless entering the second. This is NAIA opening round coverage live on SCSN.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
On the top of the second inning, Vargas will lead us off. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson. It's college baseball on SCSN. Still scoreless getting started between the number 13 Wolfpack and number 5 Reinhardt Eagles. Opening round action from Ken White Field in North Georgia.
So far through an inning of play, Gabe, you called it. You said if you wanted to see a pitcher's duel, then you would tune into this game right now, at least through one inning of play, of course, so early. But both pitchers taking control and establishing the type of game that it's going to be. You like to see that if you're a coach. You want to see your pitcher take control of the game. We're going to see who's able to break it open.
Fouled that off. Usually I like to leave it a mystery how many people are working on a show. Today, this is a 3-person broadcast crew. It's Lorenzo and I, and Matt Luciano is hustling. I want to give a big plug to Matt, doing a lot of work, going out every time it starts to rain, tearing down the wireless cameras, bringing them inside. It's a little off kilter, so I send him out to straighten it up, and he has to walk all the way to the outfield. Matt, thanks for putting up with me and making this a great show. It would be awful without you here. Making all the difference in the world for you folks at home. So remember the name, Matt Luciano. We appreciate it, man.
And you're going to see it on the field a lot next season, I'm sure.
Top of the second. That probably also is, he is caught with it, and Vargas will take his rightful place at first. Probably has got to be a little bit of a surprise to see a 7-camera show and find out that it's only 3 people doing it.
Now batting number 8, Luca.
Matt is in the production room with us and running a camera with a controller, and everything else is unmanned. And I'm switching while I'm announcing, so if seems like something is going wrong, probably it is, and I've got my mic muted and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it without standing up. Here's the delivery. This one has some heat on it. 1-0, Vargas is on board at first.
Vargas a threat anytime he gets on base, able to use his athleticism to really put pressure on teams as a base runner.
Ball is loose. Here we go. Hustling out to second. Vargas is able to advance, but cut down from behind. So that'll send him back to the dugout. Great cut down. Bowen, happy to see that.
Heads up play by Bowen, but on the flip side of that, maybe not the way that Boscarino intended, but he was able to get a runner in the scoring position. Vargas able to advance. That could potentially pay dividends for Reinhardt, and we'll see what Luis Dion can do with it.
Flipping it out to two, and as he slides in, he's not in time. The Wolfpack send a second back to the dugout. Quick play by Loyola New Orleans. Impressive stuff in the top of the second. Bowen is looking good. The Wolfpack are looking good.
And you can tell the men on the mound are locked in. Bowen immediately knew that he was going to get a chance to get Vargas, because Vargas, again, likes to use his athleticism to creep off the bag in return. Great job by Bowen to catch him slipping.
Bowen fires, and we get strike one. What a hot start for Loyola. This is Dion, the lefty. He was good yesterday.
Good yesterday, and he's been good for most of this season. A first-team All-AAC selection, and only a freshman. Only a freshman. Very talented player that figures to be a fixture in this Reinhardt lineup for years to come.
0-1. That should have been 0-2. Yeah, okay. That's the umpire is now saying, hey, that was definitely 0-2. And now the count 1-2. I guess the scoreboard will just be wrong.
Hey, you know, things happen.
1-2. This is delivered outside. Count even at 2.
And we got it right.
That's right.
We got it right.
I'm very upset about that.
Oh, we got it right. We got it right. We're good.
2-2 goes outside. Our count is full with 2 away. Bowen looking to retire the side as Dion taking his cuts.
I'm always so impressed with Dion's plate discipline, especially as a young player. Very easily could try to press and find things. He's usually very calm and patient.
Fouled off. Able to stay alive. Dion will continue to battle that count.
I spoke about it with Miles Liggins against Andrew Herbert, but anytime you're able to take a pitcher deep into the count, as a coach, you will take it. Now, obviously, you want to be able to connect on that, but just bringing him out into the deep end can pay off later.
Huge swing. He goes down. That cashes out the side. Bowen, Wolfpack, hot start. We're scoreless, headed to the bottom of the second.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan.
Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. Into the bottom of the second and still scoreless in this one. It's a number 13, number 5, a top 25 poll matchup. Wolfpack and Eagles. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, glad you're with us. The ace of the Eagles back on the mound. Bowen and Herbert are going to show out tonight. Got a hold of that. Look out. A banger is delivered back and controlled. So the Eagles retired their first of the side.
And that was the designated hitter, Marcus Steen, who stepped up in a major way for Loyola in their game against Oakland City. That was a very well-hit ball. Some early nice contact from Loyola, just not able to get over the hump.
And he's replaced by Drew Lee at the plate. Herbert dishes this. It goes low for ball 1. One away for the Reinhardt Eagles.
Drew Lee, not someone who's necessarily known for what he does at the plate, but he was a Gold Glove recipient in the SSAC. And not a bad batting average by any means, 266 on the season.
A laser shot, controlled, set across to first, and this one is going to be down in time. 2 away for the Reinhardt Eagles.
So Andrew Herbert definitely is one of the best pitchers in the country, but it definitely helps for him to be able to have the type of players that he has alongside him. Robert Phelps, one of the best defensive infielders in the AAC from this season, showing you just why they're laying out for one and delivering a perfect throw in time.
Two away. This is really tight on the body for a first ball.
This is the shortstop, Ben Harris from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Big cut count even at 1. I'm being told our Kingsport game will be played at 7:15, so 30 minutes from first pitch at Hunter Wright Stadium, about 8 hours north of here.
It's Tennessee Wesleyan, Indiana Tech.
That's a good one. That's going to be a really good game. We'll for sure keep up with that and see how it turns out. You can find that at scSNsports.com/how to watch. And that is not, it is the Louisiana Cumberland game first, and then Tennessee. As he goes down, and that retires the side. Reinhardt cooks through him quick on this side of the inning. We'll be back with more action from Waleska.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back to Alaska, Georgia. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, as we have flipped to the top side of the third and are trying to behave. Bowen. Oh, baby. More like Boeing.
I like that.
Thanks.
I like that.
I didn't work on it. I just came up with that.
Sometimes the best ones are off the cuff.
Just came out of nowhere. I don't know. Still scoreless.
Barry Iceman, the Palm Harbor, Florida native. Another newcomer for the team that's made his presence felt this season, batting .324 with 6 homers.
A dinger, and Iceman is going to have to stay and continue to take his cuts. So far, Bowen has shut down the offense of Reinhardt, and we're already to the third inning. This is unseen, unheard of for the Reinhardt Eagles. We saw Tennessee Wesleyan significantly limit Reinhardt up in Kingsport, Tennessee during the conference tournament. We saw them limited quite significantly during the regular season by Tennessee Wesleyan, but large in part, Reinhardt very, very difficult to cool off, slow down on this side.
And especially here at Ken White Field, this is usually when Reinhardt is able to really just put it all together offensively and really showcase the talent that they have within their lineup. But they've also been prone to slow starts at times this season. There have been occasions where it took a few innings for the bats to wake up, so no reason to concern just yet. Very early.
1-2. Evens the count at 2. Iceman standing in. Bowen looking to continue his hot ways, throwing flames to start this. The delivery in the top of the third is going to cook its way just beyond the zone and fill our count.
And Iceman, he's not a guy that's going to beat himself. You're definitely going to have to give him your best pitch if you're going to get him out, working his way into a full count here.
Bowen, the payoff pitch. Iceman gets a hold of it, fouls off, and he'll stay alive.
And on both sides, we've seen guys come up to the plate and really try to take these pitchers deep in the counts early in the game. It seems like the game plan is similar on both sides. Try to wear down that starting pitcher early and open it up in the middle stages.
Bowen delivers this. Iceman hammers it across. Play over at 1, and that's easily in time. He is cut down. So 1 away for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
Cut down, yes, and it took him 10 pitches to be able to accomplish that feat. Those really begin to add up on both sides. Andrew Herbert had to face that also from Loyola. Their batters really trying to take him deep in the counts, not swinging at anything early, trying to make the pitcher beat you.
Man, Bowen has an arm. That is impressive. This guy can toss the rock. Strike 1.
And you can just tell how locked in he is for this game. I said it earlier in our open, he's had some outings where he was kind of up and down, but he did play his best against their better opponents on the schedule. So you know that Bowen has it in him to put together a whale of a game.
Count even at 1. This is just outside for ball 2. 1 away already. Bowen dealing fire. This is Chamley. Two 2-1. Count even at 2. Kate Chamley is a fan favorite. Women's basketball team just loves Cade Chamley. They can't say enough good things about him. This is going to punch out Cade Chamley. 2 away for Bowen and the Loyola Wolfpack. I am so impressed with Bowen. He's incredible.
Absolutely. His 4th strikeout of the game. 4 strikeouts first time through the order, almost completely through the order against a group like Reinhardt. Definitely something to be proud of. Now the true test, 2nd time through the order, they start to get a chance to see what he does. We will see how Bowen fares as this game goes on, but definitely a nice start and the ideal start for the Wolfpack.
roped across, scooped up, and he's going to be safe over at first as the ball went way down the chalk. Great strike of the bat.
And that was catcher Ryan Stevens, probably one of the more underrated players on this team. Generally splits time at that backstop spot. He's had moments where he's come and given Reinhardt some clutch play at the plate, doing so yet again.
Brady Bowen is a product of South Terrebonne High School in Louisiana. In-state product. Wolfpack very lucky to have him. He was first team All-District and honorable mention All-State as a pitcher in high school. Two-time most valuable pitcher at high school as well. Graduated top 50 in his class. He's a finance major.
Finance, I should ask him for help on my taxes.
I know somebody could use his help. It's that Karen that was commenting on our stuff on the first game.
We shine through the shade, man, always, always.
2 away. Little check-in, making sure he's comfortable, and it looks like he is.
And there has been a pinch runner entered into the game. The former member of the Collins Hill baseball team, Ethan Moore. One of Reinhardt's most potent base runners.
Big cut from Phelps, and he'll suffer the strike. Way down in the count, 0-2. Trying to shake it off, 2 away. Brady Bowen looking to retire the side.
You know the significance about Collins Hill, right? Travis Hunter went to Collins Hill.
Did he really?
Yes.
Popped. He'll stay alive as this foul's out of the venue. Got a great friend that did speed training. Greg Schollers, awesome guy. Really, really cool guy. He runs the AP Ranch in Texas and did a lot of speed training with Travis Hunter. Travis really enjoyed AP Ranch. This one popped up. Could retire the side. The Wolfpack circling the ball and send this one back to the dugout. We'll flip sides and return with the bottom of the third on the Southeast Sports Network, where we're scoreless between the Wolfpack and Reinhardt Eagles.
Favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
In Waleska, Georgia, college baseball on SCSN scoreless as we flip to the bottom of the third. The Wolfpack of Loyola giving the Reinhardt Eagles fits all the way through to the bottom side of this inning. Reinhardt, now back on the defensive end, will try to limit the production of the Wolfpack.
And in the postseason, every game is not going to go always according to plan. You know that Reinhardt has that potent lineup. They come into games really trying to impose their will offensively. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way, and you have to figure out different ways to win. I think back to one of Reinhardt's earlier series against Midway. They had a game that was decided very late. It was a 1-0 victory. Sometimes it may take that. You have to figure out different ways to win. That's the mark of a truly great team, a team that can really make a run in the World Series.
That's delivered with authority for strike 2. Bird at the plate.
Like, if my memory serves correctly, Reinhardt and Tennessee Wesleyan in the World Series last year was 2-1.
Ouch. He'll move down the line and take his place at first.
The second batter that Andrew Herbert has hit with a pitch. I know he's definitely going to be thinking about trying to maintain a little bit of control and rein things in. You know he's definitely amped up to be in this moment with his team. You don't want to give away too many free bases.
One on board for the Wolfpack as they crank this over the top, and they are moving around the bases. Lead runner down to 3, and he is easily safe. Third on board, and a nice shot dropped into the outfield to put runners on the corners for Loyola New Orleans.
And this was supposed to be a pitcher's duel where nobody was able to get a hit. Everyone was supposed to struggle. But apparently that memo did not get to Mooney. Mooney's now 2 for 2 on the day with singles. And all of a sudden, Loyola with the man in scoring position, a chance to strike first.
So far, Loyola feels like they're on fire, even though we're scoreless. Delivered with authority. This goes high and wide.
Really, the key is just getting the ball in play. Things may happen. Just get the ball in play. See what you can do. Roll the dice from there. No outs on the board and a man on third. Prime position to score.
Controlled across at home plate. He's in trouble trying to get back to 3. Going to be run down by our catcher. He's tagged and sent back to the dugout.
And that was a nice job by Ryan Stevens, not falling for the game of hot potato that we saw Reinhardt fall victim to yesterday. Just deciding, hey, I'm going to make this tag myself.
Now batting number 15, Garrett Felix.
Double play right here.
So Loyola still with a man on. That man is at first.
Herbert delivers. Popped up. Straight back and in center field. 2 away. Trying to cut him down at second, and he'll be back in time.
That was a great heads-up play there by Adrian Vargas, not only being able to make the grab along the warning track, but holding Mooney at second. You knew he was ready to make the mad dash. He thinks better of it. Stays put at 2.
Number 7, Paul Romero.
A lot of hard, loud outs in the early stages for Loyola. They're hoping that fate comes around for them and that results in runs later on.
This goes low for Herbert, so a ball. Chopped foul left.
And Romero's someone that the Wolfpack want to see get going, especially after the type of season that he put together. Hit for 356 on the year with 11 homers, 69 RBIs on the season, a team lead.
Count even at 1, and this will go for strike 2. Herbert just paints the outside.
And when you use every part of that strike zone, it can really make life difficult for a hitter. You're not afraid to try to paint those corners. And then it's up to the umpire to determine if you're within it.
Delivered, fouled off.
Nice spot.
One, two. Driven. Herbert sends this. Now rounding the bases, Wolfpack are going to be out in front at Ken White Field in our opening round game, sliding into the plate. The tag is going to be in time. Just couldn't quite make it as that'll retire our side, but the Wolfpack able to make the big play at Ken White Field in Waleska, Georgia. Out in front as we are headed to the 4th inning between the Eagles and Loyola Nola.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Bowen will face down the Reinhardt Eagles again. So far, extremely efficient. Mantooth will now have his hands full. Eagles trail 1-0.
That first time through the order, can't really get much better from Bowen. 4 Ks, only 1 hit so far for the Eagles. They're going to need their bats to wake up because it seems like Bowen is locked in right now on the hill.
Really tight. Ball 2. Are they still playing the music? This is low, ball 3. Apparently somebody's singing in the press box.
Great song.
Is it David Finney?
Can't get any better than that.
He's going to come over here and hit me with a chair. That is a great... I do love Phil Collins. They played Phil Collins between innings, if you're wondering what in the world we're talking about. 3-1, fouled off to the left. Also, context for our Wolfpack fans and viewers from around the country, David Finney is the sports information director at Reinhardt University. All-around great guy. And fun to rib every now and then. Not very much, though. I like to take it easy on him. Jeff Portier, on the other hand, We give Jeff Porchi a hard. He's not even around anymore. We give him a hard time. He's a former AD of Reinhardt. This one floated off. Wolfpack out ahead by a run in the top of our fourth. This has been a really, really good game.
It has been. It's been a pitcher's duel. Bowen right now controlling it from his position. Reinhardt trying to find a way and create some momentum for themselves. Seems like Mantooth may be a little bit shaken up after that one.
Hopefully he's all right. Still down. And so will they take a moment and check on him? We'll take a break as well. College baseball will return from North Georgia.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Back in North Georgia. Whoa, that's the one way to start. Driven to center field, and the Wolfpack control to send him back to the dugout. Got back onto his cleats. Takes a big cut. Collected in center field. Well played by Romero.
It's good to see him just be able to be upright and able to get back into that batter's box. You never want to see great players go down.
Or any players.
Or any players, of course, of course.
As Kroll
you just want to
stands
see
by.
the best at their best, you know what I mean? So anytime it's a player who figures to be a major part of the game, you just hate to see him go down.
You're going to get me in trouble. Top of the fourth, 1-0. Becomes 2-0, and Bowen painting around the dangerous bat of Nash Kroll.
Very dangerous indeed, but he was able to handle it in his first go-round.
Oh, man, that goes foul, but you could hear that hit from downtown Atlanta.
And not only the hit, not only the contact, but the audible gasps from the crowd. Everybody, every time that the ball comes off the bat of Nash Kroll, Reinhardt fans think it's gone. With good reason, too. See how Kroll approaches this 3-1. He's generally been pretty aggressive, but at times can lay off if he doesn't love the pitch.
Chopper left foul.
Yeah, he's not shy swinging on those 3-1 counts. He's definitely earned the benefit of the doubt. Normally a coach would tell him to slow it down, but Nash Kroll has earned the right to be able to try his luck on those.
The count is full with one away. Payoff pitch. Kroll fouls off.
Another deep count here. A lot of pitches adding up on this AB.
The payoff again. Still alive as that finds its way into the pines behind us.
And eventually for a pitcher, it can get in your head a little bit. You're giving him pitches that you're feeling should be the one. This is the one. No, this is the one. The batter just continuing to stay alive.
Top of the fourth, Kroll controls this center field. He's in trouble. Romero looking to get another, and this will be 2 away for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
So that's now 2 times we've seen Kroll and Bowen do battle deep into a count, and both times Bowen coming out on top.
This is Adrian Vargas. Delivered with some authority. The redshirt junior sees this one controlled across over to first, and that retires the side for the Wolfpack of New Orleans, who are looking great at Ken White Field in North Georgia.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Welcome back in North Georgia to Ken White Field. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, glad you're with us as we're in the bottom of the fourth. Lorenzo, Andrew Herbert, and Bowen dealing some heat today on SCSN.
Precisely. Anytime you get in the pitcher's duel, sometimes that one run can mean all the difference in the world. Right now, that one feels like a mountain.
Underway in Kingsport as well. Matt Kibbe, Gary Justice on the call. Gary Justice just sent me a text and asked me if you knew about the 77 flood of Pikeville. This goes foul, flying off of the field.
I can't say I do. I can't say I do.
I wouldn't want to spoil it for you because Rick Bentley, the director of athletic communications at Pikeville, tells a mean rendition, a retelling, a reliving of the flood of 77. I'll have you know that the basketball gymnasium floor turned sideways and they left it.
Interesting.
Also, it's an old airport hangar. I actually know everything about the flood of 77 in Pikeville, thanks to Rick Bentley. This one fouled off.
The less I know about them, the better.
You're going to know everything. We're going to get you at dinner with Rick Bentley, and he's going to teach you everything.
I wouldn't pass on a free meal.
Oh, get ready. It's coming. We're going to be in Kingsport, Tennessee, learning about the flood of 77 in Pikeville, Kentucky.
We can keep those stories to a minimum. All due respect to them.
Man, I do love Rick Bentley. He's a cool dude. I got up there for the conference tournament. We're talking about the Appalachian Athletic Conference. For those of you that don't know, Reinhardt is a member. This one fouled off into the backstop. And we had 5 different U-Pike Bear Hall of Famers in town at one time. And 2 of them were broadcasting the tournament for SCSN. Gary Justice, Hall of Fame baseball player. Jeff Campbell, Hall of Fame basketball player for the Pikeville Bears. Rick Bentley is in the Hall of Fame for Pikeville.
Gary Justice, my favorite U-Pike Bear, probably the only one that I...
He could be, he's one of my favorite people in the world, I'll tell you that. He's a great guy. Big news for him today. Congratulations to Gary. Landed a new gig. walk down the line over to the bag at 1. So 1 on board for the Wolfpack. We are in an absolute duel.
But now you may be starting to see some of the effects of taking Andrew Herbert deep into those counts. As the game goes on, he begins to wear down, and you hope that that can open the door for you as things progress. And you've already scored a run. You've already found a way to comb one together.
The bunt goes foul. He'll have to return to first.
And even though it's easier said than done, it would behoove Loyola to try to add some more runs to their total, because you just know that Reinhardt, those bats are not going to stay asleep for too long. Well, maybe Bowen has something to say about it, but Reinhardt, a team that is known for scoring runs in bunches, a 1-run lead is not safe.
Oh, 1 shows bunt, steps off. Strike 2.
Tried to show bunt, showed too much of it there.
Love that they're laughing and smiling over at first. Having a good old time playing some baseball. Sunshine peeking over the ridge and the mountains here in North Georgia. 0-2. Banger. This one missed it. Rounding the bases. Here it comes. Past the bag at 2 as he slides into third, prime scoring position for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
And that was Marcus Steen, who's really having himself a nice week here in Waleska. Stepping up again for Loyola, coming up with a single, putting runners at the corners and giving them a chance to string together another run against Andrew Herbert. A pitcher who's received as many accolades as Herbert has over the course of his career. You have to give Loyola and their lineup a ton of credit with how they've approached going up against them. They haven't been afraid. They've stuck to the game plan, been very disciplined at the plate.
The bunt. Here we go. The run across for the Wolfpack, who now lead 2-0 against the Eagles of Reinhardt University at Ken White Field.
And I love the way that Loyola is approaching things at the plate. Playing a little bit of small ball there, keeping the Eagles off balance, keeping Herbert on his toes. Right now, Loyola in control in the early stages.
Two on board for the Wolfpack. Bunt goes foul.
You can tell that bunt caught Reinhardt by surprise a little bit. They weren't really expecting that, especially from someone like Drew Lee.
Wolfpack are on their feet. We haven't seen a lot of that from them today. They've looked really relaxed in the dugout. You can tell they're into it. Big situation for both programs. Reinhardt needs to close the door. A 2-run advantage to the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. Loyola is eager to try and extend this lead. A pair of run advantage in the bottom of the 4th. 0-1 with 2 on board. Bunted. This goes foul as well. Sigh of relief for the Eagles.
And again, they're really trying to mix things up, keep Andrew Herbert and this Reinhardt team off balance. Mixing in small ball with trying to take Herbert deep into counts, doing different things. And we're starting to see it. They've scored runs in consecutive innings now. They're hoping that the floodgates eventually open for them.
I've been told you are the favorite Reinhardt Eagle of Gary Justice.
That means a lot to me.
Here we go. We're moving the Wolfpack down to 3 again. Runners on the corners at Ken White Field.
Gary Justice, that means a lot to me, man. Thank you.
He's a great dude. I love Gary.
Absolutely. Now that runner in a very threatening spot from third. Just try to get one in play to bring him on.
1-2. Count even at 2.
Herbert again came into this game with a 12-0 record, a 1.74 ERA. Not used to being in troubled waters. We'll see how he can comport himself going up against some adversity.
Runners on the corners. Delivery bunted across fair, and he's going to be in trouble as this is going to send him back. Ball goes foul.
We saw it kind of teetering on that line a little bit, seeing where it was going to go.
Herbert deals. Floated across, controlled, play at 2. That's in time, trying to turn the double. This is back, the run across. And they'll say he's out and retire the side after initially signaling safe.
Rare 3-6-1 double play there. Great job by the Eagles. Andrew Herbert able to cover up that bag at first and stepping on it. Tremendous defensive focus.
Well, our umpire at home plate says, hey, he was safe, and then the Wolfpack come off anyhow after some initial confusion. We'll retire the side. A pair of runs on the board for the Wolfpack of Loyola in North Georgia.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Ken White Field, North Georgia, college baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson here with me. Brady Bowen, a menace, a stud. And now he'll face down Mr. Boscarino to start off and lead off the top of our 5th. 2-0 Wolfpack. Brady delivers again. This time it's going to go outside of the zone for ball 1. Scratch that. 0-2.
Now Reinhardt's in a situation where they are desperately in need of a spark. Looking to see who's going to be that guy for them. They have a ton of candidates.
Count even at 2.
Maybe it's Boscarino. Maybe just getting him on base in that lead-off spot here in this inning can pay off and pay dividends for him.
And he punches out. First away for Bowen.
And I said that second time through the order was going to be the telltale sign of everything for Bowen. Right now, he's continuing to just breathe fire from the hill for Loyola. Getting ready to go up against Louis Dion, but already 5 strikeouts in this game.
Taking a look at what's going on in Kingsport, Tennessee. Live coverage available. SESNsports.com/how to watch. I was hoping we'd get a score update. This one is set across. Play is going to put this back off the chain link. Oh, baby, Reinhardt is in it. A 1-run ball game as he goes yard.
Reinhardt is in it. Louis Dion stepping up again, first team All-AAC. Folks, he's just a freshman. He's just a freshman. He was playing high school baseball a season ago, stepping up for Reinhardt in the NAIA opening round and helping them open up the scoring.
Brady Bowen, who had kept things clean as can be, allows his first of the evening, and 1 run separates us in North Georgia as the Eagles get one back. So the Wolfpack score a run in the bottom side of the 3rd, in the bottom side of the 4th, and Reinhardt scores a run in the top side of the 5th. I'd say we're heating up.
Potentially, but I've touched on this before. If you're going to give up something, you're going to give up a solo home run. It's 1 run scored. If you do not allow it to affect you mentally, it doesn't really mean too much for momentum.
Play to first in time.
You see, that was very important. Able to get Iceman out immediately after that solo shot. Dion was able to get them on the board with that 1 run, but the Eagles as a whole still looking to find some momentum.
Two away, Bowen dishes. That's going to go for strike 1. Chamley watches as the corner is painted.
And maybe it's Cade Shamlee. Maybe he's the guy that comes and really flips the script for Reinhardt. He's had his moments against some of the better teams on their schedule. His raw averages may not be the highest, but he has been someone that Reinhardt can look to for clutch moments time and time again.
Count is even at 1 for Shamley. Cade watches that go by for a second ball.
Bowen's able to retire the side here. Just have to think of the big-time confidence boost that would do for him, facing a little bit of trouble against this lineup and able to come out on the other side. They find a way to get out number 3 here. You know that it's going to be a definite boost of energy within that Loyola dugout.
The count is even at 2. He chased it. That retires the side. Shamley sends the Eagles and Wolfpack to the bottom of the 5th.
Favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Back in Waleska, Georgia. Into the bottom side of the fifth inning, Chamley went down swinging. It's a one-run game between the Eagles of Reinhardt and the Wolfpack of Loyola Nola.
And Louis Dion was able to get Reinhardt on the board in the top side of the inning. But great job by Bowen to settle down, not get too high, not get too low, remain even, and close out the Eagles to retire the side. He is performing excellently.
Get this guy.
This one controlled across, going to be a play over at first. It rolls, and he is easily able to make it in time and is safe alongside Nash Kroll.
And Mooney just continues to rake at the plate. 3 for 3 on the day, 3 singles. Getting that leadoff guy on base, very important, especially in a pitcher's duel, because as we saw a few innings ago, you can do so many different things to get him home. You can play some small ball. You can just try to advance him. This really opens the door for Loyola to keep their offensive momentum rolling.
You said it best. Get this guy in your backyard in the fall. Put him in the garden right now. He is raking. Not even at 1.
It was all right.
What?
That was all right.
I liked it.
That was all right.
I thought it was funny. Count even at 1. The bunt, this one is fair. He's heading down to scoring position as the play is in time over at 1.
And we're seeing Loyola try to do different things again, going to the small ball, advancing Mooney from first to second in the scoring position. So down goes Liggins, but still a great chance to add at least 1 run to their total, maybe even more.
Herbert dishes. Count even at 1 with 1 away.
And Herbert's been in situations like these before over the course of his career. Not so much this season, but being able to be in situations where you're facing a talented team, you may have to adjust a few things. You know he's not going to be someone that's going to start pressing and trying to do too much.
Ball 2.
Biggest thing for Loyola is just to stick to the game plan, continue to mix up their approach against Herbert to keep Reinhardt off balance.
Controlled, fair, and well in time over to 1. So our lead runner in prime scoring position as Mooney, who is raking today, stands on the bag at third.
Bringing up Romero, who in his last plate appearance was able to come up with a single, a double. So Romero may be starting to catch fire, just what Loyola needs. If he's able to get a base hit here, Mooney likely scores.
rolls through the turf. Ball one with 2 away in the bottom side of this 5th inning. It's a 1-run game. The Wolfpack out in front of the Reinhardt Eagles.
Cole Romero, the 6-foot grad student from Lafayette, Louisiana, formerly of LSU Eunice.
Choppered fair. Trouble over at 1, and the play in time to retire the side and keep it a 1-run game between these two. 2-1, Wolfpack leads the Eagles. Welcome back to Ken White Field in North Georgia. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson. Glad you're with us. It's the baseball opening round hosted by the Eagles of Reinhardt University, and they trail by a run to the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. Excited to have you with us for this one. We're going to take a look around and go up to Kingsport as we run through some of the updates. It's 3-0. The Phoenix of Cumberland are out in front of the Wildcats of Louisiana Christian. Again, in our game, it's 2-1 Wolfpack lead. Some other scores we've got right now, according to NAIA ball, Weber International just took down CUNY 3-0. Hattiesburg checking in. OKWU eliminated William Carey 16-11.
Eliminated William Carey, the host site.
Also 16-11. Please calm down. That is a lot of scoring. I thought we'd seen some scoring.
William Carey, the host institution in that Hattiesburg bracket, going down.
Caught that fly straight up.
That kind of just goes to show you how unpredictable the postseason can be here in the NAIA. A team like William Carey, definitely the favorite in their hometown bracket. And their season's already over at the beginning of the week.
Fouled off again. The sunshine perfectly pouring over the pine trees to ruin our broadcast. I can't see anything with my eyes, and the cameras all have sun in them. Okay, this is delivered for our 3rd strike, and the Eagle will head back to the dugout.
And Bowen, again, continuing to just dominate this Reinhardt lineup. I don't think anyone expected this from him. 6 strikeouts against the Eagles, 2 complete times through the order. A lot of credit has to go to Bowen with how he's performing.
Strike 1. Phelps stands by as that catches the corner of the zone. Brady Bowen has just been electric. I feel like he can do no wrong. Bowen dishes again. This time it goes for a ball, evens our count at 1.
For him, taking some early control in this game really paid off. You can tell he set the stage early on, and he dictated the type of game it was going to be right from the get-go. Right now, Reinhardt trying to figure him out, but he's done such a good job, again, controlling and dictating the flow of the game.
Count remains 1-2 as he fouls off into the backstop.
You know, the Eagles want to see Robert Phelps get going. He was so effective for Reinhardt out of that leadoff spot, getting on base, but again, doing it in so many different ways. So far, 0 for 2.
Again, fouls off. Phelps. Reinhardt has only recorded a pair of hits today, Dion and Stevens. Six today for Loyola. Got a hold of it. Oh, baby! How much do you think the postage is on that one? Say hello to North Carolina. That thing is free and sailing over the Smoky Mountains.
Robert Phelps doing what he does best, and I said it before, he can get it done in a variety of different ways out of that leadoff spot. This time, his weapon of choice, the power swing.
Phelps deadlocks us a pair of runs apiece in the top side of the 6th inning between Reinhardt and Loyola.
Now batting number 12, Jacob Matthews.
So second solo shot for Reinhardt, second solo shot that Bowen has given up. Again, it does not translate to momentum on the field because there's no one on base. It's only a solo home run. It's one run. You're hoping that it's more of a mental edge for your team, that it flips the tide and really turns things and gets your squad going. Phelps, it didn't seem like he was going to be able to do much of anything until that solo home run, so maybe everyone else can follow suit.
Choppered foul, strike one. One away already for Brady Bowen. The Wolfpack of Loyola, they don't look shaken up to me. That dugout's still at attention, involved, engaged.
Look of a team that's coming off of a conference tournament championship.
0-1, a little bloop, controlled, sent across, easily in time, looking for that tag and got it. 2 away.
That was good hustle by Mantu, trying to leg out that infield single, but even better defensive play by Loyola. Saw there the first baseman, Manson, showing off a little bit of his range there to get that tag.
And if you thought we were in a chess match moments ago, say hello to the best power hitter in America. Probably the best in Reinhardt program history, maybe the best hitter in Reinhardt program history. Obviously some great arguments to be made for some other fantastic faces. Last year batting .500, just incredible.
But Kroll absolutely has a case for sure. Anytime that you have someone that's a record holder, you have to put him in the conversation. 60 home runs in his Reinhardt career.
What a great showdown between Bowen and Kroll as Kroll sends this over the top. He's in trouble. In time, this will retire the side. Cut down at first by the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. We will enter the bottom of the 6th. Deadlocked, a pair of runs apiece between these two.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Fouls off. Welcome back to Ken White Field. Herbert on top of the mound for the Eagles of Reinhardt. We enter the bottom of the sixth. Deadlocked. A pair of runs apiece between these two.
And now all of a sudden things have changed. It seemed like Loyola had all the momentum. Reinhardt just steadily creeping along, staying in the fight. 2 solo shots, one from Dion, one from Phelps. The bets still have not completely arrived for them. But if you would have came into the game and said you'll have 3 hits through 6, would you take a tie game? I'm sure Coach Burton would say I'd take that any day of the week, especially with his ace on the mound.
I don't know what happened in Kingsport, but Matt Kibbe just sent me a text in the middle of the game and said, please watch the start of the 3rd inning of this game. Oh, he texted me back. He said there was a bird on camera. I want to see the bird.
Interesting.
I'll tweet the bird later. We'll have a bird tweet for you. Unless you don't like birds, then don't find our Twitter right now. X, sorry, whatever it's called.
Twitter.
You know what I meant.
Always Twitter.
Well, if we're talking about a bird, he's hit with a pitch. Okay, he'll take his rightful place at first.
That's the 3rd time today that Andrew Herbert has hit a batter with a pitch. Not really used to seeing that too much from him, trying to command those corners and control the strike zone, just losing a little bit of control on a few separate occasions.
Quick check in at 1. Playing a little catch with Nash Kroll.
And this is Steen, the DH.
Bunt, rolling through the infield, in time. Lead runner in scoring position with 1 away. Good hustle.
Yeah, and a lot of those bunts and attempts at infield singles really making Andrew Herbert work from that mound. He's having to go and retrieve balls, step on bags, cover up for guys. He's really being very active in the field.
Manson in scoring position at 2. This is low through the turf, picked up quickly, ball 1. Checking in with our official.
So now this is the time where Loyola really needs to try to put something on the board. It seems like Reinhardt is starting to pick up some steam on offense. You do not want to get left behind. We saw that yesterday with Ave Maria. They just ran out of gas and couldn't keep up with Reinhardt offensively. Count now 2-1. Still see Manson over there at 2. Trying to play a little bit of a gamesmanship match with Andrew Herbert. You see him creeping off the bag a little bit. Obviously a great athlete and can get back. Swing and miss there for strike number 2.
So the count even at 2.
Count knotted up at 2 apiece. Herbert a chance to secure out number 2. We'll see what the approach is here for Lee. Lee watching that one go past him for ball number 3. Again, yet again, Loyola taking Andrew Herbert deep into account. It's a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. They are really trying their best to try to wear him down as this game goes on. It remains to be seen if it's an effective strategy, but you got to give him credit for sticking to the plan.
Fouled off. Manson, the lead runner at second.
Drew Lee laid down a bunt that went for a single in his last AB. Seems to be taking a more risky approach.
Count is full with one away. Payoff is fouled off.
A few really good swings to stay alive, and again, continuing to raise Andrew Herbert's pitch count, continuing to lock him into battles. You may not come out on top all the time, but you just, again, want to continue to wear down the arm of 32.
Payoff pitch. This will walk him. 2 on board now.
So now when you come out on the other side and you win those battles, it puts you in a really great spot, especially when you already have a man on base. Now 2 on, men at first and second with just 1 out on the board. Loyola's, they've left a few runners stranded, so they definitely want to try to capitalize.
There's the bird I promised you.
Oh.
I hope we get a bird on the outfield camera soon. That's kind of fun. That's in Kingsport.
If we have any bird experts out there, if you want to tell us what type of bird it is, I know that there's people that specialize in that. So
I think that's a dove, bro. This one is bunted across the infield.
Yeah, definitely have to let us know what type of bird it is. You know, do some next level research. And
I think it's a dove. I don't know. Maybe it's something. Somebody tell us if it's not a dove.
Not my area of expertise.
Pretty sure it's a dove. Oh my goodness.
But I'm sure it's you know, there's a specific phenotype, genotype. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, if there's any avian researchers watching, which I'm sure there's one, let us know. Strike 2. Wolfpack have 1 away, and there's 2 on board for Loyola New Orleans. The bottom side of the 6th inning. Deadlocked, a pair of runs apiece.
And this is a pinch hitter in the game for them, Peyton Cooper from Prairieville, Louisiana. He's entered the game for Harris.
Caught the corner. 2 away as he strikes him out. Herbert delivers a laser. My goodness, he can open a painting company delivering like that.
His 3rd strikeout of the game, coming in a big spot. Still 2 runners on for Loyola, but now 2 outs on the board. A golden chance to pull back in front, slipping away from the Wolfpack.
Bottom of the 6th, deadlocked, a pair of runs apiece, 2 on board with 2 runners. Or 2 away, rather. That's strike 1. 2 away, 2 runners on board. Lead runners at 2. Scoring position for Manson. He has been there for a long time. Has to have squatters' rights by now.
Anytime you're able to get runners on base, especially against this Reinhardt club, you have to deliver.
Chopper through the infield. We've got trouble for the Eagles. This one escapes past second. He's coming home and will score a run to put the Wolfpack out ahead by 1 with runners on the corners. Prime scoring position at 3 for the Wolfpack of Loyola University, New Orleans.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. When you put runners in scoring position, you have to deliver. Great job there by Barat. His first hit of the ball game off of Andrew Herbert.
Now batting number 24.
They put him in a difficult situation this time coming through.
Herbert and the Eagles trailing. This one sent across, and it's loose again. So another run comes home for New Orleans as he slides into three again. Another runner in prime scoring position.
And now those are the type of mistakes that can really put you behind the 8 ball, and especially in postseason time, everything is magnified. Everyone is trying to play at their peak. So when you make that critical error, it can come back to bite you. Loyola now on top by 2 runs in what has been a pitcher's duel.
A prime opportunity to make it a 3-run advantage for the Wolfpack. 2 away. Next in the lineup for the Wolfpack, Liggins, who's 0 for 2. Two-run ball game in the bottom of the 6th. With 2 away, this is delivered with some heat on it. Runners on the corners for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. Reinhardt may be in some danger in this situation. They really need to close the door.
Absolutely in some danger. 7 hits already for Loyola. Their offense has stepped up when they've needed it. They've done it in different ways. They've played small ball. They've gotten extra base hits. Reinhardt, they haven't gotten much of anything going offensively, save those 2 solo shots courtesy of Dion and Phelps.
I've been told on X that was just a regular bird.
Just a regular bird? No such thing.
That's all they said was it's a regular bird.
No such thing.
It's definitely not an expert. I think he's just lying.
Yeah, just a regular bird. Sounds like someone who doesn't know much about birds, right?
I think he just changed his X account bio to say avian expert and tweeted at me, it's just a regular bird, which is hilarious.
That sounds about right.
I love you for that. That's very funny.
Right. It'll be the second time this happened today.
Man, we've been, yeah. This one sails. It fills our count with a second strike. Yeah, something like that happened.
Yeah, something like that.
Count is full with 2 away and runners on the corners. Loyola Wolfpack are looking to extend their lead even further, ahead by a pair, 4-2, in the bottom of the 6th from Ken White Field in North Georgia. Herbert. From the mound, the payoff. Oh, goodness, it's loose, and here we go. A mad scramble to home plate. He's got it. A 3-run advantage, and now headed down into prime scoring position again. The Wolfpack still have runners on the corners.
And it seemed like that ball just leaked out of the glove of Ryan Stevens, and maybe Liggins got a piece of it with his leg. Nonetheless, he was able to take that way on the first. Reinhardt not able to get back home and step on home plate in time. Loyola ahead by 3 runs. And we saw Andrew Herbert get into a bit of a shouting match with one of the Loyola players.
We've also got some dads arguing. And maybe a fist fight on our hands soon, which I will call like a boxing match in North Georgia.
The emotions are definitely high because everyone knows what's at stake. Everyone's here for a reason. Fans, coaches, players, everyone knows what is at stake. You're trying to work your way into a spot in Lewiston. The best way to do that is to remain in that winner's bracket. Give yourself 2 chances to win 1 game tomorrow. If you lose today, you will have to win that first game tomorrow, come back, play again, and then if you win that game, have 1 more game on Thursday in order to punch your ticket to Lewiston. So a lot at stake. Everyone knows it. Emotions are running high.
I knew this would happen eventually. We just took a cutaway of a cutaway. This is a cutaway to live coverage in Kingsport, and they're taking a cutaway promoting the Sand Volleyball National Championship. So Jonathan Burton finishes his visit to the mound, and Herbert will stay put. 4-0 Phoenix in Kingsport, Tennessee, as they lead the Wildcats.
Reinhardt, a few unforced errors. Very uncharacteristic of them to have those kind of mistakes. I believe that's officially going to be scored as an E2 from Ryan Stevens, allowing Liggins to be safe at first and bringing in another run for Loyola.
Choppered across the infield, and this is in time to retire the side. A sigh of relief for the Eagles, who trail 4-2 to the Wolfpack of Loyola.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Adrian Vargas leading off. Fans are all fired up in Molesca, Georgia. They are into it.
Very into it indeed. Again, everyone knows what's at stake, even the parents, even the fans. Great atmosphere here at Ken White Field.
Fouled.
Strike two? Sorry. No, you're fine. What I will say is what a tremendous response by Loyola. Now, there's something called the Tiger effect, right? Usually when Tiger Woods was at his peak, anytime that a golfer would see Tiger Woods creep up behind them or get the lead as Vargas swings and misses for strike three, or they're going to say he tipped it off for foul. But anytime a golfer would see Tiger Woods creep up behind them or Tiger Woods would tie them, they would start to do uncharacteristic things and fall back. Loyola not falling victim to that. Reinhardt tying them up. They just found a way to not only shake that off and say we're okay, but add some runs to retake the lead, not allowing the Eagles to carry momentum into the seventh inning.
Brady, this one fouled off.
And we can't speak enough about the job that Bowen has done in this game. 6 strikeouts, only surrendered 3 hits, 2 of them solo home runs. Just a dominant performance against an electric Reinhardt lineup.
Choppered through. This is going to be a play down at first, and Vargas showing off the wheels. Got him.
Vargas showing off the wheels, but how about Mooney showing off the athleticism, falling away from the bag, delivering that one in time to Manson to get Vargas out, and Vargas is very fast as well.
Really nice 4-3. Cut him down, and Boscarino will take his cuts.
But the Eagles still in search of some real momentum, some building blocks. Those solo home runs did a nice job to even the score, but now the Eagles need to try to string some hits together, maybe try a little bit of small ball, do some different things. So far, it's been a struggle offensively for Reinhardt.
Lowest second ball. Top of the 7th, and we're into the 7th inning stretch. Blasted. Back towards the wall. Boscarino hammered it. Pack your bags. Jump on the plane. That ball is going on a trip. Reinhardt gets a run back off of the solo shot from Boscarino. 2 runs separate us.
Sometimes the long ball is all you need in order to get runs on the board. That's what Reinhardt's been utilizing. Boscarino stepping up now, 3 solo home runs for the Eagles. That's all 3 of their runs. Still trailing by 2 runs, though. We're going to see what happens here. It appears that Bowen's day is done, and he's not happy about the decision. Nonetheless, Coach Kennedy opting for a different look.
Kennedy changing it up. More on that in just a moment. We'll check in again when we have a moment on Kingsport and see what's going on. 5-0 Phoenix. Looking good. North of us. Checking in with NAIA ball on X. OKWU eliminated William Carey. That was their last update. 32 minutes ago, 16-11. Presto is down. And so NAIA ball has canceled their coverage for the rest of the night because Presto is fully down. No wonder we can't access the Reinhardt roster. Presto, for those of you that don't know, is a professional piece of software used by sports information departments at every level of sport, from professional to Division I, NAIA, NCAA Division II, NCAA Division III, and even big high schools use Presto. So without that, that really makes keeping stats and information very difficult. I can't believe Presto's down. Well, that's your update. There's not much to it. Dion. Next at the plate. Strike 1. Dealt with authority.
So another solo home run to keep Reinhardt in it. But they still need to try to build some real momentum.
Durand is a junior who transferred from Baton Rouge Community College, originally at a Brother Martin High School. 6-foot-tall lefty dishes this. It's ball 1. Already recorded a pair of strikes. 1 away on this side for the Wolfpack, who lead by just 2 runs on the top of the 7th. He'll rock and fire. That evens the count at 2 as the lights have flickered on in North Georgia. Fired right down the middle, and that fills our count.
Luis Dion doing a nice job working his way into a full count here. expect him to be aggressive.
Popped up, driven across. This one back towards the wall, and he's going to return. To the dugout he goes, 2 away for the Wolfpack.
But Louis Dion, a guy who's generally aggressive when facing those 3-2 counts. That time it just does not pay off for him.
Now batting number 31, Barry Iceman.
Iceman, 0 for 2. Durand.
This is someone that Reinhardt definitely needs to see get going. He's 0 for 2 so far today. A big piece to the puzzle for their offense. So consistent, he just has not been able to find much success thus far.
Count even at 1. This is floated back. Center, he's in trouble, and this retires the side for the Wolfpack of New Orleans. They lead by a pair of runs as we're headed to the bottom of inning number 7.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
In Waleska, Georgia. We're live on the right side. That's our feed. It's the bottom of the 4th in Kingsport, where they're dueling it out, a 5-0 fist fight between Louisiana Christian and Cumberland's Phoenix. Fans are into it here today. It's been a lot of fun. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson here with me. The opening round of the College Baseball Championship Series. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Lorenzo, how much fun has this been?
It's been a ton of fun. I mean, we had a 14-inning slugfest for Game 1, and now in Game 2, we're having a duel between the top 2 teams in the bracket.
Great play over at 1, flipped to Herbert. For the gram. Do it for the gram. Yeah, is he streaming or is he just taking a video?
You always got to love the support, man.
You got to do it for, yeah, that's a great, probably grandpa, dad. It's awesome.
I always got to love the support.
Big cut.
Now, if it was just, a few inches to the left, but it's okay.
7th inning stretch. 2 runs separate us. Wolfpack looking to extend a 2-run lead. Oh, 1. Count even at 1.
And I think Herbert may have lost a little bit of his composure in that last inning, and definitely rightfully so. I mean, he gave up a few unearned runs, and there were some situations that were outside of his control. That was a good job by Coach Burton to go out and have a conversation with him to calm him down and get him back focused on the task at hand. He's been really solid since that conversation.
Manson's been a dog today. Ahead in the count, 3-1. Got a lot to be proud of, Manson. He's had a nice game. He's been really, really good on the defensive side at first and done well on the base path as well. And he will make his way back to said base path. Over to first goes Manson.
And that's his third time getting on base, and he's done so without recording a hit. He was walked twice. He was hit by a pitch. But every time Manson gets on board, he is a threat to score. Very athletic and active base runner, someone that you have to be aware of at all times.
The Eagles ace from the mound delivers. Manson is headed out to scoring position at 2. A hop, the ball's loose. He's headed down to 3. Trying to scoop this up. The Eagles watch as Manson is in prime position to extend the lead of the Wolfpack to 3 runs from third base.
And right on cue, Manson doing what he does probably better than anything else, being able to be active and effective as a base runner. You know that Ryan Stevens was thinking about it the whole time. Just an errant throw, maybe rushing it a little bit, allowing Manson to get himself not only in the scoring position, but a threatening position from third base. Third error of the game for the Eagles.
Fouled off.
And it isn't all the way foolproof. It isn't a catch-all. It isn't something that's the case all the time. But generally, it's hard to win a game when you're losing the hit battle as well as the error battle. It's really hard to overcome both of those going the opposite direction.
This rolls foul, 0-2.
Right now, Loyola, 7 hits to Reinhardt's 4 and 0 errors to Reinhardt's 3. So the Eagles making life very difficult for themselves thus far.
Lee.
Now batting number 34, Drew Lee.
With 2 away and Manson primed to score at third. This one roped across to Herbert. He's got it. Play over at 1. Goodbye. That retires the side. We are headed to the top of the 8th. A 2-run game, a barn burner, and what is shaped up to be an instant classic between the Wolfpack and Eagles.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Ken White Field in North Georgia. It is a 2-run game as we've entered the top of the 8th inning. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson with me. We're glad you're here for the ride. What a game this has been.
Reinhardt entering the 8th, trailing by 3 runs. A situation that they're not used to being in, especially here at Ken White Field, potentially down to their final 6 outs to make something happen.
Durant dishes the 1-0.'2-0. Choppered foul, Chamley.
Duran remaining on the mound. You could tell that Coach Kennedy has a lot of trust in him to be able to keep this Reinhardt lineup at bay. Eagles offensively, they have not been able to get anything of note outside of those 3 solo shots.
Count even at 2.
And a call that was very controversial in the booth, I would say.
What's going on?
You can tell everyone's getting a little bit antsy on the Reinhardt side. Everyone's
I know I can hear the staff bouncing around in the other room making some noise.
Not really used to being in this situation. A ton of credit to Loyola for coming out, sticking to their game plan, and just having a phenomenal game thus far. They're 2 innings away from notching the upset.
And he'll strike out. Chamley cut down. Back to the dugout he goes. 1 away for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans in the top side of this 8th inning.
First K of the game for Duran, but the 7th time that a Reinhardt batter has been struck out. Right now, Reinhardt, more strikeout situations than hits thus far. Not something that you see that often for this Eagle team.
This is the catcher, Stevens. Ball 1. Stevens today, 1 for 2.
Stevens has the only non-home run hit for the Eagles in this game.
The site supervisor and the commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference is actually on camera. Stevens sends this foul down the left field line. Just for fun, if you look right dead center almost, standing right in front of the light post, he's kind of pointing. It's Bill Popp. And Bill has had a meteoric rise and impacted so many lives in a positive way with his power. This one sent the same way. That could be a moonshot for the Eagles as that trends down the line and will be collected to send him back to the dugout. Great play by the Wolfpack to retire a second in the top side of the 8th.
And back to the top of the batting order with Robert Phelps. Phelps in his last plate appearance got a solo homer.
Have you ever seen that the CFB account that goes around and they find the most obstructed views in venues where you like buy a ticket and it's behind a post?
Yeah.
That's the press box at Reinhardt. I tweeted a photo at NAIA Ball when they tweeted the home run, the walk-off home run in the 14th inning. I kid you not, folks at home, I can't see anything. I can see about 10 feet left of the batter, and then I'm just looking at the monitor and calling it off of that. So when the ball goes to the left side, and it sounds like I don't know what's going on, it's because I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out. More often than not, actually, this is a little trick for you. You want to do play-by-play in the future. I actually am calling the play based on the reaction of the crowd. So I can't tell based off the monitor what's happening, but they get excited and I can tell what the play is.
It's like the quarterback when they get hit, they can't see the balls.
Right, exactly.
If the crowd cheers, I assume.
That's a catch. Right. Sounds like a home run. He got a hold of it, right? You just go with it. 2-0 with 2 away. Steps back. When you take the obstructed view into account and the fact that there's 3 of us doing this, it's kind of wild. Punching the cameras and delivered down low. That's a 3rd ball and 1 strike.
Sometimes 3 is all you need, man.
I'd say we're a super crew. I think we're having a lot of fun, too. Count is 3-1 with 2 away. Popped. Goes foul, so that'll fill our count.
2-out rally would definitely do wonders for Reinhardt's chances. Down to their final 4 outs potentially. If you can try to get something on the board here in this inning, you don't put a ton of pressure on yourself in the 9th. If you exit this inning without scoring, Loyola's going to get a chance to answer. And then that 9th inning, it is do or die, now or never, to try to win the game.
Payoff pitch. He's going to take a walk.
That was a nice job there by Phelps drawing that one. Not trying to be the hero there, not trying to just swing wildly. Great eye. So now a man on with Jacob Mantooth coming up to the plate. Mantooth's been quiet in this game as well, as has most of this Reinhardt lineup. But based on what he's been able to do over the course of this year, you feel if you're a Reinhardt fan, he's due to make something happen sooner rather than later.
Top of the 8th inning, 2 away, 1 on board for the Eagles. Duran delivers this. It's fouled off by Mantooth. Phelps at first alongside Manson. He'll rock and fire the 0-1. Count even at 1. Mantooth pulls off strike 2. That just paints the low outside corner. One, two. Caught it. He's in trouble. This one center back, and the ball is a diving play. It's loose. Coming home for the Reinhardt Eagles. Play at home plate, sliding across. He got it. We're within 1 run in North Georgia between the Eagles of Reinhardt and the Wolfpack of Loyola.
Getting a man on base, very crucial for Reinhardt, especially when that man is someone as athletic as Robert Phelps. Jacob Mantooth stepping up in a major way again. If you've been paying attention at all to Reinhardt this year, you had to feel like he was due to make something happen. Mantooth right on cue, RBI single.
I'm floored. I was certain that the Wolfpack were going to retire the side. Just like that, we're within a run as Duran comes out of the game. A fresh arm for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. 1 run separates us in the top of the 8th as the Reinhardt Eagles trying to hang in with us on SCSN. 7-0 Cumberland Phoenix in Kingsport, Tennessee. Matt Kibbe, Gary Justice, you can join them. So the new man who will be hurling, number 32, Carter Holstein, a redshirt junior, Louisiana native. He's a transfer from Hutchinson Community College, and originally the 6'2" righty is out of Denham Springs High School. Just a reminder for all the updates on events we cover, and we do as much as we can around the league and around the Southeast. You can find us on social media, Electric Highlights, Savannah Bananas News, and so much more at SCSN Sports on all of your favorite channels. And there's tons of ways to watch. We're on local cable. We can be found online, Stream TV, Roku, Fire TV, and of course YouTube and Twitch TV, SCSNsports.com/how-to-watch. So Holstein is ready to go and warmed up. Vargas standing near the on-deck circle. Nash Kroll with 2 away.
And it feels like we've seen this story before, Gabe. Nash Kroll at the plate, 1 man on in a big situation for his team. And to add something to it, facing off against a new pitcher as well. You can feel the energy starting to rise here at Ken White Field.
Kroll fouls off, might be in danger as this is over the foul line and into the evergreens. Just sailed beyond the warning track.
Like I said, anytime Nash Kroll makes contact with that bat, Reinhardt fans are gasping, wondering where it's going to land.
Count even at one. Kroll ropes this down the left field line. This is driven back deep towards the chain link. Here we go, lead runner down to 3, hustling in time, coming home for the Reinhardt Eagles. He's in danger of pump. He's going to slide across. We're deadlocked in Waleska, Georgia, between the Eagles and the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
Nash Kroll doing what he's done time and time again over the course of his Reinhardt career. Stepping up when his team needs him most. Big time RBI double, and the Eagles tie things up here in Waleska.
5 runs apiece. That was a quick trip to the mound for Holstein. He's gone.
But you had to figure it was just a matter of time before the Reinhardt bats woke up. It's really hard to imagine the Eagles playing that poorly at the plate for an entire game. And boy, have they come together at the right time. Reinhardt stringing together a few consecutive scoring innings right when they needed it most.
Holstein comes out, we're deadlocked, 5 runs apiece. We are on big game alert in Waleska, Georgia, between the Eagles and Wolfpack.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Matthew Lyle on the mound for Loyola. Lyle is originally from Louisiana. The senior is out of Thomas Jefferson High School. Deadlocked at 5 runs apiece in the top side of this inning in what has become an instant classic.
The second consecutive instant classic that me and you have had the pleasure of calling.
No kidding.
It's been a great day of baseball here in Waleska. Thank you for everyone tuning in at home, and we hope that you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Our last game went to 14 innings. A walk-off double home run over the left field wall where we couldn't see it. 11-9 final between the Gyrenes and Oak City. This is delivered, and Chopper, the floater, controlled to retire the side. Vargas back to the dugout as the Wolfpack are staying in this. 5 runs apiece. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Welcome back, and Harris is hit with a pitch right away, so he will take his place at 1.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Barat.
But the pitching change made for the Reinhardt Eagles, inserting 6'5" senior Brett Allen from Newcastle, Australia in the game.
Allen bunts, headed down, and the ball loose, so easily into scoring position at 2. Bag fumbled, 2 on board.
We saw a little bit of slippage there in that infield from Brett Allen, former Gold Glove recipient, usually very reliable in the field, just losing his footing there. That is the 4th error of the game for the Reinhardt Eagles.
Now batting number 24, Brandon Moody.
And Mooney's 3 for 3 on the day. 3 for 4 rather. He's reached base 4 consecutive times, so a very hot bet that Allen has to try to slow down. Allen, a multiple-time all-conference selection for the Eagles. Had another tremendous year. He was a preseason All-American, likely to get some postseason recognition as well.
Bottom of the 8th, deadlocked, 5 runs apiece. 2 balls for Brett Allen. 2 on board, 1 in scoring position out of 2. Two-0. Little check-in out of 2. He's back in time.
Trying to hold Harris there. We already know that Loyola is very aggressive when it comes to trying to steal bases. Very aggressive base running team. A lot of athletes that can get their ways around as well.
The Australian rocks and fires the 2-1. That's ball 3.
And it can become a mind game with guys, especially when that person's directly behind you at second base. You can start to feel your focus shift a little bit. You're wondering, hey, is he getting ready to go? Do I have to make sure that I keep him there? Sometimes that can take your attention away from the batter.
Fired that. He'll walk him. Struck him out. Excuse me. What is going on?
Strike 2. So the bat flip made it seem like it was a walk, and sometimes baseball players will do that, try to influence the umpire's call, like, hey, I flipped the bat, it has to be a walk. No, you just have to pick your bat up and go in there again.
Got me. The board has been wrong so much today, I don't trust it. Looks like he strikes out this time as he'll head back to the dugout. Brett Allen gets him to swing on it. He'll go down.
That's the first time today that Mooney didn't end up on base after an at-bat.
Mooney has been electric today.
So a conversation on the mound, Coach Burton and the entire infield meeting with Brett Allen and likely discussing a little bit of strategy. Want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. These are the type of conversations that Coach Burton will have with his guys, and especially in big moments like these, you want to make sure that everybody is abreast and understanding of what they need to do in order to secure 2 more outs and flip it to the 9th inning.
Bottom of the 8th, deadlocked, 5 runs apiece between these two sides. Burton will return to the dugout. 7-0 in Kingsport in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting number 43, Miles Liggins.
Liggins hasn't really made much of an impact offensively in this game so far. 0 for 4 on the day. He was able to reach by way of an error in his last plate appearance.
Delivered, and this one just cuts through. 1 away, 2 on board. Lead runner at 2 in scoring position. Count is 1-1. Hit him. The bases are loaded.
There have been some uncharacteristic mistakes made by Reinhardt in this game. 4 errors on the board. Andrew Herbert hit 3 batters over the course of his outing. That's now the 2nd batter that Brett Allen has hit here in just the 8th inning. Mistakes piling up for Reinhardt. Bases loaded. Loyola needs to try to take advantage of it. This is found gold here. A great time to add some major runs, especially at the point in the game we're in. They can put Reinhardt's backs against the wall going into the 9th inning.
Strike 2. Bases loaded, 1 away. The Australian.
Garrett Felix 0 for 4 so far today at the plate. Count 0-2, bases loaded again. A golden chance for Loyola to do something here.
Ball's loose. He's coming home and across the plate as it's not in time. Great play. An incredible showing from the Wolfpack. Look at that.
And that pitch from Allen was way inside, and Stevens just was not able to corral it. It gets past them. Loyola taking advantage. Those critical mistakes so far have been the difference. Again, 4 errors on the board. 5 times batters have been hit by pitches, and we've had 2 passed balls in this game. In the playoffs, those are just too many mistakes adding up in order to give your team the best chance to win.
Popped that up. Over on the foul line. They collide as he snags it. Coming home and sliding across. That's another one. How about the Wolfpack?
And they're faithful, making their presence felt here at Ken White Field. It's starting to sound like a Loyola takeover here in Waleska. Going up by 2 runs against the Eagles. And they are in line for a major upset here in day 2 of the opening round.
Ahead by a pair of runs against the Eagles of Reinhardt University.
1 for 3 on the day. He had a double earlier. First team All SSAC member.
Fouled off. 2-run advantage in the bottom of the 8th for the Wolfpack of Loyola. Reinhardt needs to get something going very quickly.
Something, anything, just any way that you can get out of this inning, you do it. You have to try to get this last out, and they're going to have 3 outs to work with, now trailing by 2 runs.
Caught that, fouled off as well.
You saw Miles Liggins was thinking steal there. Loyola pulling out all the stops, being very aggressive. Again, great game plan discipline. They are just showcasing how talented they are, but also how well coached they are. You can tell that they had a plan entering this game, and guys are doing everything they can to not just stick to it, but excel in their roles while executing it.
Delivered that, a zippy ball. Allen, that's his first. 2 strikes already with 2 away. The Eagles desperate to close the door on this side.
That one goes for a ball, and Miles Liggins getting himself in a threatening position from third base. Putting one in play, a base hit will surely result in another run for Loyola. It all falls at the hands, or should I say the bat, of Cole Romero.
This one zipped inside as well. So the count is full with 2 away. And one more runner in prime scoring position at 3 for NOLA.
And that pitch outside off the plate, allowing Romero to get a free pass to first base. Runners at the corners for the Wolfpack, with Manson, the first baseman, coming back up to the plate. It's not often that we see Brett Allen in situations like these show a few cracks in the foundation. But he hit 2 batters with pitches. We saw a pitch way inside that Stevens wasn't able to corral, resulting in a passed ball.
Count even at 1 with runners on the corners. Play coming out at 2, sliding across, and in time, he's safe.
Loyola again staying aggressive. Cole Romero, not someone who's particularly known for stealing bases, but he decides to go here because he feels the opening. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Wolfpack, definitely a chance to add some more.
Got a hold of it. Play down to 1 in time. So that will send us to our 9th inning in a 2-run game where Loyola of New Orleans has given themselves the lead and a chance to close this out in emphatic fashion from Ken White Field.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Welcome inside of Ken White Field. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson alongside me. Opening round action between the hometown Reinhardt Eagles, who make their nest in North Georgia, and from the Bayou, Loyola, the Wolfpack. It's a 2-run game in the top of the 9th. Now, this is not an elimination game, but the road back from a loss in an opening round like this is so tough. You have to play that extra game to try and fight your way in. Just not an easy order.
Yeah, so the loser of this game is going to face off against Ave Maria in game 1 tomorrow. Whoever wins that game will have the opportunity to play whoever comes out on top tonight. But if you're coming from that loser's bracket, you have to win 2 games in order to claim an NAI opening round championship, while the team that you're facing only has to win 1. So if you lose tomorrow in that second game, season's over and you're not headed to Lewiston. A lot at stake here tonight.
Got a hold of this. Across, and he is safe over at 1. Impressive hustle.
Great job by Boscarino, just legging one out. He's been productive offensively. He's starting to find himself now 2 for 4 on the day. 2 consecutive hits.
Now batting number 6, Luis Dion.
Luis Dion coming back up to the plate. Had that solo home run earlier in the game. One of those solo shots that allowed Reinhardt to start to build some offensive momentum. 1 for 3 overall. He was hoping for a major impact play from him, the first team all-conference selection.
Lorenzo, I don't want to be dramatic, but this is probably the most important and pivotal moment of their season so far.
Exactly. I mean, this is what you do it for.
Both sides.
This is what you do it for. You do it to put yourself in situations like these on both sides. Because what more can you ask for with the lineup that Reinhardt has to have a chance to win?
Got a hold of it. This one ropes down the foul line and off the warning track. Here come the Eagles of Reinhardt. He's across 3, coming home. Eagles looking to dig a run back, and they do. Play at 3. Got him. 1 away for the Wolfpack as the Eagles do get a run on the board. It is 7-6. Wolfpack still out in front.
And that was a nice job by Dion, gripping one in the right field, trying to hustle and bustle his way for a triple. Unable to do so. So now a man gone, but Cedric Cullors, the pinch runner, scoring for the Reinhardt Eagles, drawing them closer.
And so we've got a change on top of the mound. On top of the 9th. It's a 1-run game, 7-6. The lights have flickered on in Kingsport where it's 7-0. A little different level of action between these two sites. They'll give him a moment to warm up, and we will as well. Don't go anywhere. 1 run separates us in the 9th inning.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Welcome back. Ken Whitefield. Frank Fernandez, the sophomore from Miami, Florida, out of Belen Jesuit Preparatory School, standing on top of the mound and delivering down the back stretch. The Wolfpack trying to close out this side. They've got a one-run advantage. Reinhardt Eagles have already scored one and have one away on this side of our ninth inning. In fact, the Wolfpack could win this if they can turn a double. Nobody on the base path after they cut down Dion at third. This is powered foul. 2 strikes up on the board.
What a time. What a time it would be for Barry Eisman to do what he can do and try to get himself going. He has not had the type of day that he's used to offensively, but this would be the moment for him to step up.
Eisman ropes this across. Going to be a play down at 1. Wolfpack across and in time to retire him. 2 away for Loyola Nola. Reinhardt Eagles are in trouble.
In trouble is correct, and now everything is going to ride on Adam Harris, who enters for Cade Sham Lee as a pinch hitter.
Frank Fernandez.
Now batting pinch hitter number 3, Adam
Harris in for Shamley. Fernandez on the mound in a 1-run game in the top side of our ninth inning. Delivered with authority for a ball. Got a hold of this, roped across, controlled, sent to 1 in time, and the Wolfpack of Loyola have upset the Reinhardt University Eagles at Ken White Field in the opening round. That's our final, 7-6. They have toppled Reinhardt University. Incredible.
Absolutely incredible, and it all goes back to what Bowen was able to do against this Reinhardt lineup those first few times down the order. He really slowed them down in the early stages of the game, had 6 strikeouts over the course of his time. Only 2 earned runs he surrendered were both solo shots. Great start by him. Loyola able to carry that momentum into the rest of the game, but also a few uncharacteristic mistakes by Reinhardt leading to their downfall today.
Well, Reinhardt obviously falls. They're going to have to win again tomorrow to try and play in and win the site and move on to Lewiston. Any quick closing thoughts from you on this matchup and tomorrow for these two sides?
Well, it's a long road back for the Eagles, and we knew it would be a long road back for whichever one of these teams were to lose. But they're both extremely talented and very capable of making that long road happen. It's just going to take a lot of work. Loyola's now in the driver's seat, and they should feel very comfortable about where they are, and they're going to have a chance to make some history tomorrow.
So the final 7-6, a victory going the way of the Loyola Wolfpack in emphatic fashion at Ken White Field. Glad you've been with us for our coverage today and what was an absolute barn burner for all of the fans, for the Wolfpack, for the Eagles of Reinhardt University, my partner Lorenzo Robinson, and all the staff here on the coverage. I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay inside of the app or platform where you viewed it. 7-6, the Loyola Wolfpack topple the Reinhardt Eagles on SESN.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Schrei Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Schrei Media. radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
All right, Stadium. Visit Kingsport is our host and our presenter here for this opening round matchup. High honor for Visit Kingsport. Do a fantastic job with every event they really put on. It's always a pleasure to come down here to Kingsport, but high praise to be the only host site to not have to have a school host. Everywhere else, it is a school hosting. Think of Shreveport and else, but Visit Kingsport has done so well with this tournament that NAIA really kind of a staple to be a part of it. There's a called strike to make it 1-2. It's been played here at Hunter Wright Stadium a couple of times, to say the least, but now in the past 2 years, added the addition of turf. And so we've been able to play through some rain that maybe in prior years we wouldn't have been able to play through, or we would have had to have a wash because the field just took too much water. But now we're able to play through a little bit more. The only thing that stops us is heavy rain or some lightning. That's been the case today. 1-2 the count on Dukeshire. With 2 outs and Whitney throwing. Ground ball will be a dive and a stop to at least prevent it from going into the outfield. Morgan, who is now the second baseman. Luke Morgan, that is. After a couple pinch hitters came up in the bottom half of the 7th, some defensive changes had to take place, and Morgan was one of them. So his first play of an action has to make a dive, at least keeps it on the infield. Basila is out in left. Bertucci is in right. Gotru moves over to third. And Kelly goes over to first. That's the big defensive changes. The ones that kind of stayed the same. Lorio in center field. Simino at short. And Messina behind the plate. 1-0 the count on Javi Beal. Javier officially, but goes by Javi. Fouls it off, makes it 1-1. One and one, 2 outs. Pitch on the outside from Whitney misses. Like I said, this is our last game today. We were anticipating having one more, and we thought for a slight moment if there was delays, we could be seeing a game start late, but because of how many delays we had to have, that game needs at least 40 minutes in between to allow the pitchers to warm up. There's another one through the second base hole, and rounding second hard. Back pick coming in, but it's not caught by Simino. And instead, it will just put runners at first and second with 2 away. So now, Dalton Akawumi will step up to bat. Runners at first and second, 7-0 our score. That last game was supposed to start at 8:30. Of course, finish that thought. You need about 40 minutes in between. And the NAIA rule is you are not allowed to start a game at 10 o'clock or later. So based on how everything has gone so far, we wouldn't have even been able to start that game had it even stayed on the schedule, but made the early decision to just move it to tomorrow so the teams that were planning on being in that game didn't have to wait around at the ballpark. They know they're playing tomorrow at 10 a.m. now. They didn't know exactly what time. They were waiting to see how the weather developed, and now we officially have those times, 10, 1, and 5. That allows for some windows just in case. The chance for rain was heavy early this week, so yesterday kind of was the big one, and then today was the day that had thunderstorms, and they certainly rolled through. That's what caused us to be playing this game late here tonight. And so there is still some chance for some precipitation tomorrow. Scoreboard has gone out. And called strike 3, doesn't matter. That's the last out here in the 8th inning. And the score 7-0 as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Whitney does his job and doesn't allow any runs to come across. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Our score 7-0. Cumberland on top in this elimination game. We'll be right back on SESN. We are at the point in the night where we are playing Hooked on a Feeling over the PA, if that tells you what you need to know about how today has gone. It's been a long day here in Kingsport, and we get to do it all over again tomorrow here on SCSN. Excited to have you along with us. Cumberland right now in control. Carter Ross stays out on the mound. His pitch count's at 84. We kind of talked about it with Chris that, you know, your pitch count's already so high, you're already burned. You're not. There's a rare chance that you get to come in, and if you do come in, it's only going to be for an inning, maybe two if you're stretching it, of work, and it won't be until Championship Thursday now, with the pitch count needed the day off at least tomorrow. So it's worth it to just have Ross to keep throwing it and save your other arms. That's the big thing too, is you, by keeping him out there with his pitch count as low as it is through 7. You save the rest of your arms that you're going to need as you're in the elimination bracket where you're going to have to fight up a hill. Winner of this game takes on Indiana Tech tomorrow, and then they have another game after that to stay alive before moving to Championship Thursday. Ross has 10 strikeouts. It's a cold strike.